Hi, today I'm going to show you around a program called TumbleBooks. It's a website with ebooks that my school district just bought a subscription to recently. To start, you'll open the icon off of your desktop and it will load into an internet browser. Once you get TumbleBook loaded, there are several options such as storybooks, read-alongs, puzzles and games, and language learning. That's where you can read a story in French or even in Spanish. We'll start out by looking at storybooks. When you open it, you'll see a list of available books. It shows you the cover, a short summary, and other information about that book. If you want to search for a specific book, you can look in alphabetical order by the title or by the author. We'll take a look at a book called Diary of a Worm, which is really popular with my students right now. To read the book, you will simply click on the button that says View Online, and this will load the book. As you can see, it's very animated, very kid-friendly. We've been using it in my classroom, and the kids are really enjoying it, having a lot of fun with it. It's just a different way to read, and is fun and engaging for them. There are different buttons on either side of the book, and these will help you as you navigate your way through the book. One option is to have the story read to you. It highlights the text in red so that you can read along if you want to. If you'd rather read out loud to yourself instead of having it read it to you, you can switch from auto to manual. And then you can switch back and forth throughout the story. If you're reading it manually, you can go forward or backward. For kids that are new to TumbleBooks, you can use the Help button, and that will give you some tips and little reminders on what those different buttons are. When you are through reading the story, there is a Tumble quiz that you can take. So you'll just click on the button and a new box for the Tumble quiz will appear. Students can take this quiz of about 5 or so questions, and it's a really great way to check their comprehension of the story that they just read. There's an option here also of having the questions read aloud to them, or they can read them manually on their own. After taking the quiz, a lot of students like to play the games, and the neat thing about these games is they're all directly related to the story that they just read. For example, with Diary of a Worm, there are 4 different games, some verb games, a word catch game, and a word search. You'll just click on Play the Game, and it will load onto the screen. All of the games that I've seen my students play seem very self-explanatory. They can figure out how to play them on their own, and they don't seem to have too many questions on what to do. Next, we're going to go back to the home page and take a look at the read-alongs option. These are longer chapter books, and they're at a higher reading level, more like a 3rd, 4th, 5th grade reading level. So they're going to be a little bit more suitable for older kids. As you can see, if we open one up, they're still animated, they're still fun, but they do seem a little bit more grown up. Kind of reminds me more of something you might find on a Kindle or an iPad, and that might appeal to the kids too. You can change the text size if you need to, depending on who is reading the story. An excellent feature for teachers is the lesson plan button. This is if you want to use TumbleBooks for your whole class with activities together versus just having the kids reading independently on their own. So with this lesson plan button, you can access lists of different lessons and projects and ideas to use in your classroom as a whole instead of independently. The playlist button gives you a place to download a whole list of books and have them ready to play. And the favorites button is a place that you can store certain titles that you think you might want to use again with your class or maybe your next year's class. There is also at the bottom an educator's resource, and that's a place where you can put in ideas that you've tried that worked or get ideas from other teachers. There's math integration, some spelling, book reports, so lots of different things that you can get to there. Well, I want to thank you for looking around with me. I really encourage you to download a free trial to check out this program that will really change the way that kids are reading. Happy tumbling!